I don't understand how somebody can be. Well, I don't know. Never mind. It's not. Before the record, she told me. She told me, in her opinion, if he is being sociable with me at all, to be patient and he'll come around. Huh? What do you think the odds are that I listen to her? I said, what do you think the odds are that I listen to her? That's not true. You're watching NASCAR? I still think it would be more fun if they went the other direction. You know, if they went towards each other. I couldn't believe it. One of the local newscasters commented on one of my tweet about the Orioles earlier. So we lost 2 out of 3 versus Atlanta, but all 3 games were pretty close games. I said, you know, losing close games to one of the best teams in the league, nothing to hang your head about. And she actually commented and she said, "That's right, can't dwell on it. Now on to the Rays tomorrow." That's all you can do, right? I said, that's all you can do, right? Move on to the next opponent.
It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Baltimore Orioles.
Ooh, my head hurts. Can you get me a new head? Sweet Caroline. I don't know why. I would pay to hear you sing that song. So are you playing wrestling too? You're just watching NASCAR? Well, that doesn't sound very fun. You know you got to be doing 2 things at once. I despise Facebook. You know how you feel about YouTube? That's how I feel about Facebook. No. I just hate the society's become, if you don't check Facebook, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. Like, I had a friend of mine, family member, die a few years ago, it's just like nobody calls anybody anymore. Nobody texts anybody anymore and just says, hey. And I'm literally told that, well, it was on Facebook. That's nice. I don't get on Facebook. And yes, I realize that's a me problem, not a society problem. But I don't like this narrative that if you're not on Facebook, you don't get, I don't know. And like I said, I know you said I told you the story, but for my friend that told me about it, finally, for him to act like, you know, it's my fault I didn't know, like, tell me nobody could have texted me and said, hey, so and so died. Clearly, yeah.
And that one is lifted in the air, hooks it away for the out. Time now to take a look at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Ryan Mountcastle. And you got to like this matchup for him as a guy who hits left-handed pitchers. I mean, he's hitting over 300 against southpaws this season. He's got a good shot to make a big impact against the left-hander on the hill today. Here's the 0-2. This one in the air right field. Garcia heads after it. Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. A couple of quick outs. Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace. Ryan Mountcastle.
I was surprised. Amos actually said something about he wished there was a NASCAR game on Game Pass because he wouldn't mind sitting there doing a full 200 laps at Daytona. I mean no disrespect when I say this, but watching, like, especially in a video game, watching somebody go round and round in circles does not strike me as entertaining. Do you watch people play NASCAR games on Twitch or YouTube? You don't.
Yeah, there's a ball. As a veteran out there on the ball, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside. In the air, left field. And that one hops the wall. And into second easily with a 2-out double. That one right there. Jumped into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Well, there's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to a 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs. Next pitch misses.
Why does it look so damn big? Did my settings get screwed up? No, okay.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That's inside. Upstairs. Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping on pitches that are just a little too high. The 3-1 in for a strike, full count. And there's ball 4. Ramon Urias, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Yes, two-run double.
Way to the plate. He'll score as well. It's 2-1. Gets the job done as he brings home a pair.
Let's go, Ramon.
Down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. And right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. So 2-0 in Mateo now. Knocked in both of their runs in a game yesterday. Pitch misses. Ball one.
Gabe, what's up? The Orioles have nothing to be ashamed of losing 2 out of 3, especially since they lost the third game in extra innings.
Pitch misses. Ball 3. Appears they're working around it with the base open, Singy. Well, you know, these two old guys, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys. But when I say that,
I love doing hits down the line.
you expect to see this type of approach by the pitcher.
Feels so rewarding.
At the belt and fires. And he hits a ground ball right side. Gathers and throws to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double.
I was saying the Orioles have nothing to be ashamed of losing 2 out of 3 to the Braves, especially since the third and the deciding game was in extra innings.
Back now at Oriole Park, all set for the start of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. The line of the pitch. Line drive, and that should be extra.
Are you listening to the song Dance?
Makes the turn and heads for second. Into second base.
I thought I heard an old country song called Dance. I hope you dance.
Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Garcia stands at second with no outs. Fly ball down the line. Hayes ranging after it.
Very proud of the Orioles, Gabe.
One away.
Are you on the PlayStation, Gabriel?
Is fouled off. This one in the dirt. It's a ball strike as the runner holds. One out and a runner at second. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Next is the designated hitter, Sam Huff. That one fouled off. Righty to the plate. And there's a foul ball. Runner at second, 2 down. Struck him out looking.
Now that's spotting your pitch.
Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in is the speedy Gunnar Henderson. There's a swing and a miss. Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning. Same side he throws from. Next offering is
Yeah, I mean, we had the only decisive win in that series.
sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most guys are swinging at pitches up there. You may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
The Rays scare me because Randy Arozarena always kills the Orioles.
That one hit to right. And out number 1 on the ground. Here is James McCann. Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves. In there for strike 1. Late swing, fouled off. The 0-2. Collects, fires to first. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout. 2 outs, bases empty. So next
No.
to the right side. And that one handled over to first. And they get Mullins for the out.
Yeah.
Welcome back, top half of the third inning at the plate. Bubba Thompson.
I do,
First pitch, and
for the
it's
record,
swung
game,
and
even though I
missed.
know, I do think Felix Bautista is a little overrated.
See if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases before you pick up a run.
The only reason I say that is he very rarely ever has a clean inning.
Strike two. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ripped on a line. Mullins makes the grab on the run. Here's Leody Taveras. And that's in there for strike one. Now 1-1.
I understand that. But here's the other thing, and I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Felix Bautista, but he's not a pitcher, he's a thrower. And if he ever gets to a point where he doesn't have his velocity, he's done. Because he doesn't know how to pitch. Or he has yet to learn how to pitch.
Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Takes low for ball. Measures 6 feet.
I mean, here's my hard fastball, here's my hard splitter. Show me you can hit it. Strategy only works so much. That's all I'm saying. And I don't mean any disrespect saying it.
That's a strike. 3-2 now. Righty delivers. Gets a piece.
You like the fact that I did see Brock got busted open. I haven't heard one way or the other, but the way he hit, I'd almost say that wasn't intentional. Because the way he hit, he's lucky he's not concussed. Because, I mean, he went into that thing face first. You know what I mean?
The squeeze on that one, and there's one away. Here's Adley Rutschman.
What, the roll up? Or the pin while he's in submission?
Foul ball there.
But you know, I don't ever want to hear anybody complain about Brock Lesnar ever again. I don't want to hear anybody say that Brock doesn't put anybody over, Brock doesn't sell. The bottom line is, Brock Lesnar will sell for you and make you look good if he likes you. Yeah. Oh, I've seen Brock work with people he doesn't respect. It's just good entertainment, Gabe. That's, I mean, it's no different than a TV show. Just, it's a TV show with sports-like entertainment. Because here's the thing, Gabe. So, okay, I'm going to try to have a nice calm. Are the outcomes predetermined? Yes, they are. But here's the thing. Yes, like Frog just said, they can even change the outcomes on the fly sometimes. But generally speaking, the outcomes are predetermined. But here's the thing: those men and women that are in that wrestling ring, they put their bodies, their livelihoods on the line almost more than any other professional sport. Because here's the thing: while the moves are, well, you have some idea what moves are being done because the matches are laid out ahead of time. Guess what? 1 inch one way or the other way, when you're doing a certain move, you can get severely hurt. And even if you don't get severely hurt, trust me. Gabe, we are going to respectfully agree to disagree. I can't have this discussion with you, but I respect you as a friend, and I please change the subject. And like I said to you, I don't mind wrestling being called scripted. Yes, the outcome are predetermined, yes. But here's the thing, like I said, if I do a move to somebody, if I do a move to you and you land wrong, you could get severely hurt. Even if you don't land wrong, you're still going to be in pain. So while they're doing scripted physical entertainment, it still hurts. It still takes athletic ability. That's why. But see, you agree with that then, Gabe. So hear me out. That's why I have a problem with the word fake, because the pain they put their bodies through, that's not fake. The risk they take with their bodies, that's not fake. I'm completely fine with somebody calling wrestling scripted, but wrestling is not fake. If wrestling was fake, nobody would ever get hurt. But here's the thing: you bring up Bad Bunny, but Bad Bunny is a celebrity that actually has gone to the performance center and trained to know how to put on a good match. He's not just phoning it in. It's like it's no different than if, I don't know, let's say Jorge Mateo wanted to quit baseball and try football. It's no different than him quitting baseball and going to training camp and learning how to play football. That's all I'm saying. You still have to know what you're doing in that ring, because here's the thing: if you and I were to wrestle each other, if one of the two of us or both of us didn't know what we were doing, we're going to hurt each other. So there's I'll tell you what, Gabe. One of these days, I'll tell you what. I will, I will, I will fly you down because then it's the UFC. And here's because because it's not then it becomes UFC. So you're saying you have a problem with the outcomes being predetermined. Why can't they just go out there and wrestle and whoever wins wins? Because number one, if you don't know what move is coming and you go to do a move on somebody, again, you can severely hurt them. Fro makes an interesting point. Like, the way you're putting it, it's almost like you're saying you want to watch a movie that has no script. Again, Gabe, respectfully, we will agree to disagree. I understand where you're coming from, but it's apples and oranges, bud. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. Like, and I dare say, pro wrestling, on a worldwide scale, maybe even in this country, maybe bigger than professional baseball.
Good contact guy, good defender. And first offering is fouled off. That misses the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Dane Dunning up and loosening in the pen. Out to short. Seager.
I mean, the way you're describing it. No, the fans don't know who are going to win. It is predetermined. Oh my. The fans do not, like, if I'm sitting here watching a wrestling event with you, with Frog, with Amos, and whoever else, as we are sitting here watching the match, we do not know who's going to win. Do the two competitors in the ring know who's going to win? Yes. Do the people backstage running the show know who's going to win? Yes. Let's be honest, though. You bring up boxing. You don't think there's been fixed boxing matches in the... For the record, I think I'm being very respectful. Like, I'm having a legitimate conversation about this. I'm not.
Speaking of those line drives, you can't get too discouraged when they don't drop in for you. It's important to remember that you pretty much did everything right, and that's just baseball sometimes. Next pitch misses inside, and that's ball two.
Okay, I'm just making sure, Gabe. That's so. There you go. Think of pro wrestling as a athletic movie, Gabe. Where, yes, we can go into the match having we as fans can go into the match having an idea of. Put it this way. Let me give you an example, Gabe. One of the first things you're taught in pro wrestling training is how to just take a basic back bump. And I guarantee you, and if with the back bump, and for the record, do not try this. If you don't tuck your chin when you throw your body backwards, you're going to give yourself a concussion. So there is a great deal of skill in learning how to do what they do. If you don't tuck your chin down by your almost basically onto your chest. You will knock yourself out just doing a basic back bump.
But the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out. Here's Ryan
Not,
Hawkins.
and that's not even accounting for all the high profile moves you see on a nightly basis on Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Hell, I'll even say it. I don't usually say their name, but even AEW, since we're having a wrestling, general wrestling discussion.
Yeah. And there's two away. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. 0-1
You live in
pitch.
Baltimore, right, Gabe?
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Next offering misses down and away.
I honestly think the closest one to use Maryland Championship Wrestling.
And that's through there for a strike.
Because it's a male soap opera, Gabe. It's entertainment. Like, I don't know. I'll tell you what. One day, because I have friends because of my connections within the wrestling business. I have friends that work for Maryland Championship Wrestling. I will meet up with you in Joppa. I will take you to there on a training day, and I'll let you watch them. I know they are. But what I'm saying is, I will let you watch what these men and women put their bodies through.
That's in for a strike. Swing and a miss. He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy.
Do you have? Let me ask you. Do you have? Actually, before I even, I don't even know if it's still. Do you have Netflix, Gabe?
On a Mountcastle. It's a double play.
You don't need to see it. I thought you might be, since you downplay,
Marcus Semien.
you're downplaying, the. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but watch Beyond the Mat. It's just something people are passionate about, Gabe. I mean, people are passionate about all kinds of different things. I mean, who are we? Who am I? Who are you? Who's Frog Amos to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't be passionate about? And wrestling fans are some of the most passionate fans of entertainment in the world. You may, like I said, worldwide, pro wrestling is almost definitely bigger than baseball. It's probably bigger than football. It may not be bigger than the NBA, but okay. Gabe, understand. I'm not picking on you. Like, I understand. You were told it was fake, and you're asking questions. Are the outcomes predetermined? Yes. Is the physicality real? Yes. So personally, I would not classify that as fake. Nobody, Gabe, nobody's upset with you. I'm having a very calm, cool, collected dialogue here. Let's not get defensive, please. You are my friend. If you weren't my friend, I would have said F you for calling wrestling fake and blocked you. You're my friend.
Coming on for the Orioles, Mike Bauman. Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boo. Averaging more than one strikeout per nine this season.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's been
Gabe,
pretty electric.
truly, genuinely, please don't think I'm getting upset. I'm legitimately having a dialogue. Please don't think I'm being rude. If you would like, please come in the voice chat and we can talk.
Right-hander kicks deals.
Hey, Ken, I added him.
A little bit low.
This is the old school party chat. Oh. Well, okay, would you like to... Okay, you're coming... I'll switch... Do you mind if we switch to the old school party chat?
Now all loaded up. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 2-2 now.
And it's not, I didn't even realize we weren't in the old school party. I thought I put myself in... I don't know, we got so many chats now.
Still able to make some type of contact. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ugly cut on the slider for strike three.
Hey, but half of them don't even come in here on a regular basis, so I don't know why it bothers you so much.
Action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably
Oh, good lord.
the ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch. And here it comes. On the ground, right side. And foul ball.
What's up, Gabe? So before we get deeper into this, Gabe, I want to be very clear. I'm not upset. I'm just having a discussion. Like, I'm not... You and I are cool. You're my friend. So don't... Because I felt like the last couple comments, that's why I said come into the chat. I want to be very clear. I felt like you were getting a little defensive, and I'm not trying to be upset with... I'm not upset with you. It's just... Okay. My thing is... Okay. It's just like with a movie. You know, you have stuntmen, you have actors that do their own stunts. You know, actors have gotten severely hurt doing stunts. It's the same. It's basically a stunt show. Yes, actors killed. There's been wrestlers that have died in the ring because, like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, if I went and tried to give you a power driver right now, or that, did you watch that move that Bad Bunny did, that flipping power driver? Do you realize that is one of the most dangerous moves in wrestling? That if Bad Bunny didn't didn't work hard training, and did that wrong, it's not a matter of hurting somebody. That can kill somebody. That yes, it can still happen, and it has happened. But that's why I have a problem with the word fake. Because if it was fake, there'd be no risk to the people's bodies. There'd be no risk to their livelihood. Nobody would get hurt. Nobody would die.
Out to short. Mateo zips it across, and that'll do it. Rangers go down quickly there. They're down here 5-1.
You had what? Okay, what did you... I'm sorry, what did you ask? Oh, are you talking about the Roxanne Perez thing? Yes, that was storyline. Okay. So okay, I'm going to let you in on a little insider thing. If you're watching wrestling, the way to tell whether an injury is real or if it's storyline, generally speaking, well, one thing that'll definitely happen if it's real, you'll see the referee make an X with his hands. If he makes an X with his hands or throws an X up, that means we got a problem. And if it's and the other part of it is if it's a real severe injury, the camera will be off the ring. They won't show it. Generally speaking, if it's a storyline, because I refuse to say the word, I refuse to say the F word, because if it's a storyline injury, you'll see the person get loaded on the gurney, get the neck brace put on. You know what I mean? But like Triple H, the guy who's running the company right now, has literally torn his quad in the ring and finished the match with. How is it possible? Human beings can do amazing things when they're hepped up on adrenaline. You know how many people? You know how many people I have seen like that shouldn't be able to move after an injury, but like because they're hepped up on adrenaline because of what happened. But as soon as the adrenaline wears off, it's like they crash. Trust me, you get hepped up on enough adrenaline. The Orioles win the World Series, and you're jumping up and down, and you're all excited. You're hepped up on adrenaline. You're gonna feel like you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But guess what's gonna happen when the adrenaline wears off? You're gonna crash, and you're gonna be tired as shit. You know. But do you get what I'm saying, and do you get why I have a problem with the word fake? I don't. Well, but that's why you had the UFC. You're not fighting for nothing. You're fighting. You're fighting to entertain. It's. But. But Gabe, one thing I can tell you, because of my other line of work, the fire department, you can get hurt doing anything. I can get hurt getting out of bed in the morning. I can get hurt if I stay in bed all day. The roof could collapse in my room, and if I'm laying in bed, it's gonna collapse on me. Like, I mean, and I've seen videos of artists on stage singing songs, and the stage collapse, or they. Uh, yeah, this happened the other day. He's not upset. But like I'm not trying to change his mind or anything. I'm just trying to get him to understand where I'm coming, because be nice. I know, but Frog, be nice. Runners at first and third. In the air to left center. That's down. Low. Rounds third, headed for the plate. By the way, I saw you came in. What's up, Ep?
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Really good swing.
Frog said, "What's up?"
Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he'll hit the ball right on the screws.
Because I am also realizing, like, the reason I say I'm not, everybody's entitled to their opinion, number one, and number two, it's clear I'm not going to change his mind.
Back here at the ballpark, onto the bottom of the
Not that I
eighth.
would try to.
Is the switch-hitting outfielder Anthony Santander. The wind of the pitch. And first thing is
Besides that, you know,
and the pitch.
well, I would have brought the point up if he hadn't had to leave, had the internet issue. But, like you said, there have been times where the match result has changed mid-match.
Here is Ramon Urias. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball one.
The higher power was Vince.
Ball to strike.
Thank you, Ep. Thank you. You just...
Got him swinging for the strike.
Yeah.
Got him for strike three.
And
Space is empty. Jorge Mateo digs in now. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
thank you, Ep. You just made it. You just said it perfectly. Which the way you just and like I was just explaining to Gabe. I have a problem with calling it fake because at the end of the day, those guys and girls put their bodies on the line just as much as any pro athlete that plays a sport, if not more so, because they, like I said, one wrong move, one inch the wrong way, and you can get severely hurt, paralyzed, or even dead.
Mateo runs. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Save. Chris is the difference maker on that play. Yeah, the stat doesn't say what we see as top
Yeah.
speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. He really made his athleticism work for him on that.
Thank you.
In the bullpen, Jonathan Hernandez preparing to come on if needed.
I love
Ranked up as well.
I love the way you put it, Gabe. And Gabe, please understand,
Mateo,
I'm not upset. I hope I didn't come across rude, abrasive, anything. Because if I did, I apologize. That wasn't what I was trying to do.
Miller over to first in time. That's the inning. One left. Set to start the ninth in this one. Now it's going to be Adolis Garcia.
I get where Gabe's coming from too.
Bullpen for the Orioles.
I do.
Bautista. And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. Runs in the game.
my response to that is that's what you have UFC and boxing for.
Center field. Mullins settles under it. And there's one down. Jonah Heim stepping in for the Rangers. On the ground to the left. Anderson over to first in time.
Hey, I might win a game.
So next to hit for Texas, Brad Miller. And that's outside. 1-0.
Hey, Gabe. Question for you. Question for you and Ep. Does the fact that I'm actually getting ready to win a game mean that this game was scripted or fake?
Downstairs. And this is ball four. They're not ready to go home quite yet. In the box here, let's that one.
Frog just said it must absolutely be fake if I'm winning.
He swings and fouls one off. The 1-1. Comes up empty.
I said, does the fact that I'm getting ready to actually win a game mean that this is scripted and fake?
On the ground to first. Steps on the
And I'm
back.
kidding, for the record, in case you can't hear the sarcasm in my voice.
First game of the three-game series, and there's just such a good feeling. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world. Play like it today.
And the Orioles in the win column.
This one, as the Orioles win this one for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The
I'll
Show.
turn up the difficulty when I get to 500. I won. It must be fake. I won. Check the bats for, check the players for steroids. Good Lord, eight goals is a lot for a hockey game. Or if they done something to tune up the offense. Welcome back. I think you're back. Are you back? I no longer think you're back. Okay, bud, you got some serious internet issues going on. And that's bad. Because on Frog's old internet, we couldn't even play GMO together. Maybe Gabe's internet's fake.
We've got baseball on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Along with my partner Chris
It's,
Simmons and Dave
it's because he's stealing his internet.
in the lineup so far this year. Tanner Henderson leads the
Breaking
team
news:
with 6
Gabe's internet is
strikeouts.
fake.
Slug and basically make things happen for them offensively. Just a machine. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Bubba Thompson. That's inside. And that's how this game gets started. The other way, and that one gets down the
I have to be honest. I didn't even know who Bad Bunny was before he started working with WWE.
Here's Leody Taveras.
Welcome back.
That's in for a strike.
Amos told me he is not going live today. He is spending time with his lovely wife.
This is one of those situations the infielders have
Because, App, how old are you?
and understand that the ball's going to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Next offering clips the zone count even at 2. Thompson on at first. Nobody out.
I am going to give you the most Jedi-like advice I can give you. App. How old are you again before I give you this advice?
The idea was right. Looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
That one the other way. Calls it in for the out.
Are you ready for the best advice you'll ever get in your life?
Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs. Bubba Thompson.
Big time speed here, Boog. A guy with just terrific.
Well, you should have said that yesterday for the Kentucky Derby.
From first. Strike in there.
Okay. Okay, App, you're 23, going to be 24 in December. Here's the best advice you'll ever get. Happy wife, happy life. And that applies for girlfriends too. You keep the girlfriend happy, everything else will flow.
Left-hand hitter waits. Got him. 2 gone.
Or I guess to be politically correct, you keep the boyfriend happy.
Seager stands in now. Drove in 2 of their 3 runs in yesterday's game. That's down and in.
Cause you know what happens. Cause you know what happens if mommy or happy wife, happy life's not achieved. Something called if mommy ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Next pitch is popped up. Mountcastle makes the play, and that'll do it. 3-1. And now the O's will
What day in December, Gabe?
You're watching Major League Baseball on,
Oh, you're back.
and now the center fielder. Set
Your internet's worse than Frog's used to be.
DeGrom. A
Did you,
Award winner. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a
I'm supposed.
two-seam.
Did you see what Ep's asking you, Frog?
Kick,
He wants to know how are you preparing for your
swing and a miss.
for your steel cage match with Bad
Instead
Bunny.
of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
The
Frog don't
1-0
want none of Bad Bunny after seeing what he did guys last night.
top of the first, and we're gone bottom half of the first. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now.
I was supposed to be an early June baby, and I was born in late April,
Right now, Adley
so I was really
Rutschman.
early.
And he's leading them in runs batted in this season, which tells me this guy is able to slow things down when it seems like there's a little bit of pressure, and he's looking at it as an opportunity to do damage. You know, a lot of guys, they see runners on base and they get big, they feel like, all this pressure, I've got to
Hey, there you go. You should find on Community Creations a creative wrestler that looks like a frog and do the frog versus the bunny.
Next pitch misses outside, and a count 2-1.
Now, I will give you this. I will give you this, Gabe. Has there been some, and Frog will back me up on this. Has there been some things, have there been some wrestling matches, professional wrestling matches over the years that have made the sport look really bad
Popped up.
and really staged and really stupid?
Drills that one in.
Yes.
And that's the
But
2.
overall, the men and women that participate in wrestling
Now, Marcus
care about what
Semien.
they do, love what they do, put their body on the line for it to entertain people.
Swings and misses. That's strike 1. Chris Marcus Semien, Bay Area guy, played his college ball in Cal. White Sox selected for the 60
Anyway,
in 2011, and he has developed into a fine player.
yeah, I was disappointed to see the Orioles lost, but I mean, they lost to one of the best teams in.
played in college, and this guy is just a really good leader on a ball club. Had a breakout to his career when he went to Toronto and started hitting home runs.
How do you think we're going to do against Frogs Pirates next weekend?
One down, base is empty. Strike 2. Joe McCown, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack, sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where.
You know, Ep, he's still.
Most of the time, he keeps it reasonable.
Next one just misses. And it's 1-2. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and
Yeah.
coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see these guys
You know, Ep, Sting is still wrestling.
All out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time.
You have pain being a Mets fan. You realize you're talking to an Orioles fan, right?
ball down the right field line.
You realize the last time they won,
The wall,
yes, an AAW. You realize the last time the Orioles won the World Series, I was a year old.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Runner in scoring position
Shut up.
now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Jonah Heim, the next to hit, takes outside. 0 for 4 in the loss yesterday. And it's even up. Just missed.
So,
To the right.
I've,
Got a bouncer. Mateo.
I'll tell you what,
Quick recovery from the
I
baseline.
am not
He's off.
a huge football fan. I'm not a huge Ravens fan, but the one philosophy I agree with of theirs, right player, right price. I wouldn't mind getting Dylan Cease for the right price. The price better not include Jackson Holiday.
Right past his coach, headed for the plate. He scores, and it's 1-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I really like that swing. He didn't just push it the other way.
I would I would have no problem giving up
He was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box.
Westberg.
He liked it. He got it done.
Henderson on the run, sends it over to first.
I would have
That is that. So
um
on the inning on this base hit.
I would have no problem.
Back here in Baltimore, bottom of the second.
This may surprise you.
Outfielder, Anthony
At this point, I'd give him D.L. Hall.
First pitch just misses. Jacob deGrom, obviously with a very impressive resume. He's only the 3rd player in history to win
Well, you can say the same thing at this point. You can say the same thing about Grayson Rodriguez.
Do that. Justin Verlander and Tom Seaver. Smoked on the ground a second. On to first.
So, Ep, let me ask you this. I genuinely want to know, because I am supposed to be a co-commissioner in this league. If you're not in our baseball league, how do you know all the transactions before, I genuinely want to know how you are so up on all the transactions in our baseball league if you're not in the league.
The next to hit for the Orioles. And fouled off.
I don't care. I'm just curious.
Swings and misses.
Like, is Amos letting you sign in under him or something? Or
Got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Next offering is fouled back.
because, like, I remember the other day I came in, or that last trade that me and Gabe did. Before I even said anything in the chat, you knew what the players were. I was like, because you're like, you didn't give up enough, or you didn't get enough. Yeah, incidentally, our last trade that we did, Gabe,
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike three. 1-2-3. Back now.
Ep said that
Here's
I didn't get enough from you in the last trade we did.
line to left.
He said you fleeced me.
For the out. And there's one down. And stepping in is the speedy
By the way, did you guys see what poor Graham Ashcraft did today?
left field.
Gave up 8 runs.
Pulls it down and there's 2 gone. Here's Nathaniel Lowe.
See, I'm trying to fill the gap of Amos not streaming tonight. I'm trying to give you guys some quality Orioles baseball.
His 4th year. 27 years old.
No, he said he's going to spend time with his wife. That's why I enlightened Ep about happy wife, happy life.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back.
Look, I got news for you.
Track. Not quite enough behind that one.
And there's no set day. Like, for example,
Lifted in the air, right center field. Garcia squeezes it. And there's
put it this way,
Austin Hayes.
if the right person texts me right now, as much fun as I'm having with this game, I would be saying bye to you so fast your head would spin.
Mets in 2010. He went to Stetson.
I never understood that saying, by the way.
Mainly a shortstop.
So fast.
By the way, Stetson, if you're wondering, it also boasts another
No.
Cy Young Award winner.
No, I never under.
Sends it to first. And that quickly 2-1.
So okay, Gabe, what hitting interface do you use on MLB The Show? Do you use zone? Do you use timing?
It's ball 1 low.
You use zone. See, what I don't like is
1-1. DeGrom hit 1 homer.
SDS has come out and said that if you use any other hitting interface, they have come out and said if you use any other hitting interface in zone, you're actually at a disadvantage.
Chase that time.
I tried analog once, Ep. I couldn't do it.
Back to right. And it falls. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, he was hit with 2 strikes. I think he chose a little bit, maybe spread out. He got the job done right there.
Mateo runs. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Mateo, the runner at first with 2 gone. Runner goes again. Outside.
Oh. Hey, real quick.
That was not close.
So, Ep, I'm curious. If you're that interested in our fantasy baseball league, why aren't you just in the league?
Position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
I mean, did you not say anything to
That's in
uh,
there.
did you not say anything to Amish before all this before we like had 12T?
Really have to execute on the mound.
Next one misses, and it's 3-2. Hit in the air, right field. Garcia puts the squeeze on that one, and welcome back. Start of the fourth, and here's Corey Seager to hit. That clips the zone, and that is strike one.
It looks like I'm gonna lose 8-7 this week in fantasy.
Side, ball one. The 1-1.
Yeah, that is one way to look at it.
Ball lifted left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away. Here is Marcus Semien.
I think it's scripted that I lose.
To the left side, but it is well foul. Chris, how about the 2021 season for Marcus Semien? He was an all-star, and he hit 45 home runs.
Oh, you were in the league.
One of the other
You were in the original league. I didn't
came up.
even pick up on that. I didn't realize.
Offensively, and he worked so hard. Ron Washington, a guy that
Who knows? We might add more. We might add more teams next year. Or some people may drop out. Who knows? But I'm having a lot of fun with it this year.
Willing to work with guys in the opposing teams. We saw him in the All-Star game working with NL East rival Pete Alonso.
fights it off. You'll see another.
I have a friend that plays in a 30-team league. 30-team league, 26-man rosters. They literally play in a league that is basically the real MLB.
Who's down looking?
Oh, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really
That would be intense. Like,
hitter. It's not too
number one, the draft probably. He said the draft took
tardy with
5 hours.
tell if he was fooled or if he thought it'd be called a ball.
Well, gonna pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. One
You couldn't do that. You couldn't let the computer pick your team with a league that deep. You'd have to be there.
swings and misses, and that's strike one.
But like this friend,
High fly ball to left.
this group of friends has been playing in this same league for about 20 years.
One up, one down, and into the box for ball.
They've replaced 2 people in 20 years. And they replaced one of them was because it was an older gentleman that died.
Seeing in this one is that these guys are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
And actually, I think he told me when they first started the league, it wasn't 30 teams because they actually added teams when the Diamondbacks and who came in with the Diamondbacks again?
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Crap. What team came in expansion wise with the Diamondbacks? I'm drawing a blank.
Bit of a mistake,
I know the Rockies and Marlins came in together.
but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing.
Who was the other team that came in with the Diamondbacks?
Stands in, but 2 away as he takes
Yeah, that's right. It was okay. Yeah, I forgot you never said anything, Frog. I didn't.
ball to strike. The pitch. Ripped on the ground.
So you want to hear something confusing that Frog told me once?
Easily ends the inning. Back here in Baltimore, ready to
And
go for the 5th.
correct the story if I don't tell it right, Frog, because you got me very confused when you told me. So
Ball to start him off. Strike one.
he lives, and let me tell the whole story before you correct it, okay? See how bad I do. He lives not that far from Pittsburgh, but he's closer to Camden Yards than he is Pittsburgh Stadium and Philadelphia's. And I still.
Swing and a
Oh, okay. How did you word the story than me then? Because you had me all confused. How you could live where you live, but be closer to Camden Yards than. Well, you told me this story a long time ago.
And that ball is out of here.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. There aren't a lot of guys that just don't
I
have
just got taken deep, Gabe.
just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel
Did
and
you
made a
see?
great
Did
extension on the follow-up
huh?
to drive it out of here.
Who do I have pitching?
Fouled off.
Dane Kremer. Did you see my tweet picking? So actually,
Oh, and now this one's crushed.
really,
This one's on its way and gone.
Back-to-back homers always a
they're
serious
supposed to be eligible to come. Yes,
especially if it's your team that gives you
that's why I'm kind of curious who they're. But go ahead and tell the story like you told. I still don't understand how you're closer to Camden Yards than you are either Philadelphia Stadium.
For two. Swing and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Oh, okay.
Man at first. Next to hit, Leody Taveras. And a good eye there. Good eye right there.
Oh yeah, I know why he's a Pittsburgh fan. He's a glutton for punishment.
He's in a favorable hitter's count.
well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
And he likes those ugly gold towels the Steelers give out.
In for a strike. Now it's 3-2. Thompson, the base runner at first with one out. On the ground, 2 ball. There's one. Over to first.
Wait a minute.
Safe.
Oh god.
Nathaniel
Oh god.
Lowe
Ep's a Steelers fan too.
and that's in there for strike one.
Well, if he's going to steal second,
Frog said there's something good about he. Hey Ep, do you have a microphone yet or a headset?
on the pitch.
Like, can you actually join us in chat?
Bounce to third. Can't field it cleanly. To first, and he beats it.
Yeah.
Everybody's safe.
What about
Now it's Corey Seager.
yeah, you got the microphone. You don't need a headset,
Center, that's
bud.
well struck. Mullen.
I mean, you gotta
Back some more.
remember the controller has a head, like Frog said. The controller has a microphone built into it. I don't know how good it is.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there and have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Oh, what system do you have?
Gonna count 1-2.
Or do you have a system? Well, actually, you have to have a system because you always talk about playing the show.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Gets it to first. And set.
Oh God, I feel bad if you're playing this game on the Switch.
Kyle Snowers.
I've heard nothing but bad things.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
But Ep Frog said he knew there was something he liked about you when you said you're a Steelers fan.
Now 1-1.
Gotcha, you're on Xbox.
Next pitch inside, and it's 2-1.
Oh, Jacob deGrom is beating me.
And that's downstairs and outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher.
I was expecting them to not be healthy.
Patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And now it's filled up.
Hey Gabe, you still there?
And the righty deals. Fouled off again. It remains 3-2. The line of the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well.
You know, I would love to see, and I don't,
You expand your zone. You don't stay
I would love to see the Orioles call Miami about Luis Ariz. He's probably the best pure hitter in baseball right now. The guy's hitting 438.
wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
I still can. Because that's how Minnesota got Pablo Lopez.
And now it's 3-2. Got him looking. Down on strikes. And he knew.
But I know you're a Twins fan, or a Mets fan, so I apologize. But Pete Alonso sucks.
And that one just misses. Ball and no strikes. Sliced down the right side.
Okay, Ep, I traded for him. I traded for him so he could be my main power source. Okay, and as I say that, Gabe just said he's glad he got rid of him. All the guy does is strike out. He strikes out more than a chess club nerd on prom night.
So 2 balls and no strikes.
Outside of the United States, Cuba has more players and representatives in Cooperstown than any other country. Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic.
No, you know when he hits all those home runs, and the home run derby when they throw BP fastballs.
The next offering misses.
What do you mean? Oh, I ain't even gonna repeat Ep's comment because Frog will have a field day with it. No, don't you dare.
No trouble here. Puts it away.
Tell me I'm bad luck.
And there are 2
Tell me.
outs. Now the catcher
I,
for the Rangers.
I am not. I'm not bad luck. Just because.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That one is absolutely belted. And it's off the wall.
well, I tell you what.
The tag,
I,
and that's out
I,
number 3, inning over.
I tell you what. I dropped Grayson Rodriguez. I'll make you a deal. I'll agree that I'm bad luck if Grayson Rodriguez goes out and goes at least 6 innings with no runs and strikes out a bunch of people on his next start. I will say I'm bad luck.
There's a strike.
And I tell you what. I don't need to trade him up. I dropped Grayson Rodriguez the other day. I dropped him for that, is it Shelby Miller, the rookie from the Mariners that had a lights out start, his first start. Oh, I can't trade him. Nobody wants him. I was actually thinking about offering Pete Alonso for Alec Bohm, but the owner said he flat out said he didn't want Alonso. How's he do? Hey, Ep, see how has the Mariners game started yet? See how he's doing. Give me his pitching line.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat when you're in scoring position in 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Rutschman at the plate with 2 away. Swings.
See how Miller from the Mariners is doing. See if I ruined his career by picking him up a patch. Yeah. You know how horrible that would be if I was actually a jinx. Is it his first name's Shelby, right?
Fouls one off out of play back to our left.
Or is it Steve? I forget his first name. Bryce Miller.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
App, are you able to see the score of the Mariners Astros and see how Bryce Miller's doing? See if I jinxed him.
Swung on, belted. That one.
Stay fair. Stop. Nope.
And now it's even up.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curve, so he might have a tying run be ready for it.
Next offering misses, and the count's full.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's well.
But he's one of Frog's Pirates.
Mateo at second with 2 down.
It's because of the big. Wave it bye-bye, Adley Rushman.
He's out of here. That'll fire up the dugout, and they close the gap. It's 3-2.
So what you're saying is, he thinks they are.
Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics.
They lost 10-1 today.
There's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job. He deserves that home run.
So 2 away with nobody on. And here is
Yes.
Ryan Mountcastle.
Hey, Bryce Miller got a quality start. Did you see that home run by Adley?
They say when.
Yeah, I just hit the warehouse.
And 1-2.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off, so I'm going to chase something in.
Yeah. Speaking of that, App, how do you feel about Detroit sweeping the Mets?
And now it's filled up.
Or do you not want to talk about it?
And that one hammered back there.
Back to back, Ryan Mountcastle ties it up.
Ryan
Wave it bye-bye.
to the opposite field. Home run number 5 on the season, and we're level. It's 3-3.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat.
And he took it the other way, too.
And it paid off.
Anthony Santander at the plate.
I can tell you exactly why they're carrying 3 catchers on the team. Because they have every intention of playing Adley Rushman as much as possible, whether it's as catcher or DH. And when he's DHing, Brian McCann's going to catch. So, and if Brian McCann gets hurt, they don't want to have to take Adley and put him in a catcher and lose their DH. That's why they're carrying 3 catchers.
But you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Oh, they did. Now, that Rocky series was in New York, right? Because if you're going to tell me Pete Alonso didn't get me a home run in Colorado, then we got a problem.
On strikes. So he's gotten deep into this game. And at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of
Ye-
fatigue.
Yes, Gabe, you don't need to keep reminding me. I
Back now at Oriole Park. Now the third baseman, Brad Miller. Kremer back to work.
look, half my roster is on your team, and half your roster is on my team.
This is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bat.
I think you got the better half. Okay, please.
And a base hit in there.
Okay, other than the fact that Jose Ramirez has a decent batting average, please tell me what he's done. He's not driving in runs. He's not hitting home runs.
Garver in the box now. Takes strike one. He's already homered here in this one. Tapped in front of the plate.
Because you're a Gunnar Henderson mark.
That's the first out in the top of the seventh.
And, oh, I forgot, you're not a wrestling fan. You don't know what a mark is.
Batter now. Up
A
atop
mark is another,
is called a
um,
ground visit.
a fancy, a name for a fan.
Coming on for the
I'm telling you, Ep, and I'm a fan, trust me, after all the years he spent in Baltimore, I'm a fan of Buck Showalter. I'm telling you, if
the go-ahead run is at second.
he's done this year, if they don't make the playoffs, and if they're out of contention for the playoffs by, say, the trade deadline,
Next pitch is down.
Cohen will fire him.
Been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Into the outfield. Base hit.
He is a good.
Third now. So runners at
He is a good.
and one out. Oh, the throw is over his head.
What the hell?
In comes the run from second, and they take the lead. In
What the hell was that?
So up next,
What did you do, Hayes?
and a pop-up right side, foul territory.
Hayes threw the ball away and let the go-ahead run score.
Next pitch misses, and the count is
But here's the thing, Ep.
With a good breaking ball in.
Here's why I say Showalter's going to get fired. Because it's easier to replace one manager than it is 26 players.
that's towards center. Guides for it, but it gets down for a hit. Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only
Oh, God, I forgot I'm talking to a bunch of frogs now, a bunch of smartasses.
He did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the
No,
barrel on it to be
no comment, frog?
back up the middle for a knock.
on the ground right side. Steps on the bag for one. He pulls into second, and a run comes in to score.
Get a double if it gets by him. Love to see that because most times
Exactly, so get a younger manager. Buck's not the youngest guy in the world.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a
Get a younger manager that's more in tune with the way the game's played today.
score, and they lead by 3.
comes through with the RBI. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And now it's going to be
Hey, there.
Marcus Simeon. Whips it to Mount.
Hey, that's one thing that I don't think will ever happen.
Now when you don't make sense at all.
Comes a pitch.
Well, I said if somebody doesn't like
Into
him, I
box
think
again.
that's why. I think
Takes
like
the
he's
strike.
yelling at him
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for guys to score on. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
So he asked me if I was going to do it next year.
Pitch.
Well, Buddy was there, and I'll let you know. I was going to ask Buddy.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Orioles because they lost to the Braves.
Yes, but obviously I'm not going to do it, but I don't understand why. Simple enough.
I'm kidding. Oh, my Lord, I'm kidding.
And present. It's like a giant computer monitor. It's not, I'm not going to break nothing.
1 and 2
I'm
now.
convinced that does get something more than that.
On the ground right side. And it finds its way through for a hit.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's how he did that. But,
Two-strike hit and that at bat.
Mother.
like I said, he could have, and he just told him not to do it because Buddy doesn't like him. Either way, it's fine. Wait a minute, girls. Let me get this
But here's the thing, though. Dylan Cease is one of the best pitchers in baseball. You're going to have to give...
But he got enough behind to show through for a knock. crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
The 0-1. Swings through that one.
When the leadoff man gets on, you want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and then
I'm sorry.
come up for two.
Over to first, trying to keep
Gabe, what did you say?
Henderson gets his lead at first with nobody out. Way inside.
Oh, okay. What I was trying to say was Dylan Cease is one of the best
Snap throw.
pitchers in baseball. He almost won the Cy Young last year. He's just having a rough year because the White Sox are having a rough year. In order to trade for a player like that, you're going to have to give up a decent prospect. I mean, you're not going to be able to say, okay, here's a bag of balls. Give me one of the best pitchers in baseball. You know?
Up to the left, into foul ground, and that's a foul ball.
The way the White Sox are playing, they don't need major league ready talent. They need, they ain't gonna, they're not doing anything this year.
Garcia makes a nice running
Well, supposed to and is are two totally different things. The Pirates were supposed to be one of the worst teams in baseball.
swings through that one. 0-1.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
Checks over to first, back safely. The 0-1. Ball one there. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Cianel Perez is probably going to be one of the guys that's going to get DFA'd when Gibbons and Tate are ready to come off the IL.
Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Keegan Aiken go too.
Swings through that.
Just a little too quick on the front
Well, from what I understand, Vogt really hoped his chances to stay with the team today because he pitched two.
Stays
Yeah, and twice a day a broken clock is right too.
first. Henderson back easily. Misses outside, and the count is 2-2. Jensen fires. Pitch misses there, and the count's full.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
I mean, you got to realize. I mean, granted, nobody knows how he's going to be when he comes back, but I mean, the Orioles are going to be getting. Are going to basically be getting the equivalent of a trade come mid-July, early August when Means comes back.
In the box now, takes strike one. Two on, two outs. Swing and
Look,
a miss. He struck him out.
as somebody who's
Back here at the ballpark, we go to the eighth.
Grayson Rodriguez is. Have you ever heard the term 4A ball player?
Now to start the eighth, Michael Gibbons. He's been so good against lefties.
How about you, Ep? Have you ever heard the term 4A ball player?
At the belt and fires. Swings and misses, and it's 1-1. And now 2-1 after that missed
Grayson Rodriguez is a 4A ball player. He's too good for AAA, and he's not good enough to be in the majors. He's a 4A ball player.
And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally.
At least right now.
It's not on a tee. You're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Next offering is in for a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. Next pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. Just misses the mark outside the zone. In the dirt, squirts away from Rutschman. And now a man into scoring position. Payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. First out in the top of the 8th. Here's the third baseman, Brad Miller. First offering misses the mark. Good eye right there. Runner on at third. 2-1. That one missed. And it's filled up. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Oh.
He's already homered in this game.
Oh, the Mets aren't going to go into a rebuild because Steve Cohen's not going to. He's already shown he's going to spend money, so he's not. They'll never go into a rebuild as long as he owns the team. But he's also got to learn that he's also got to realize you can't buy a championship.
Him out looking with the off-speed stuff. So the lineup flips over. Bubba Thompson now at the plate. First pitch doesn't.
So the Yankees last won the title in 2010, right?
And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Right side. Frazier.
Because I'm pretty sure we're like a year or two away from there being kids in high school that have never seen the Yankees win the World Series, which brings me so much joy.
Lockdown win, so this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Mullins leading things off and takes a strike. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Burke, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball. He's ready. Next offering is in for a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
But my point is that Cohen has come out and said he's going to spend the money to win.
Popped up. And puts the squeeze on that. And there's one away. Here's Adley Rutschman.
You know why? Because no other team wanted him. Because they found problems with his physical. He tried to sign with the Giants didn't want him. He tried to sign with the Mets didn't want him. So he went.
Swinging a foul straight back.
No, Manny Machado never. Now, to be fair, Correa never failed the physical. It's just the people that did the physical found things that said, "Hey, you shouldn't give this guy a $13 million or a 13-year deal."
Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get over it. Got the ground ball.
So that space is empty. And here's the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. And he's Swings and misses.
We will see how. We will see how smart. See, for everybody talking how smart Brian Cashman is, how smart George Steinbrenner was, let's face it, they also had a hell of a team. They had Derek Jeter, who, as much as I might not like him, he was a great player, and they were surrounded by a good team.
And a pitch. And now 1-0.
They had gritty ball players. They had Scott Brocious. They had Paul O'Neill, who even as an Orioles fan, I loved watching Paul O'Neill play baseball.
And a pitch. Misses. It's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curve. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Leody Taveras. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher.
What do you mean they had you?
He's pitching on 2 days rest.
You were 24 years old. You weren't even alive when you're 23 years old. You weren't even alive when the Yankees last won the World Series in the 90s.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and deals. Gets under and pops it up. The tail has a beat on it, and it's caught.
You feel that you.
That one's in there, 0-1. Baker, a 6'6" righty. He features a 4-6 fastball.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys are younger than I. How old are you? How old were you when you got in the 9th grade?
So now it's Corey Seager. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
Hello, either one of the 2 young people I'm talking to. How old were you when you got in the 9th? 15? Okay. So, the Yankees last won in 09. So that means 10, 3. So that means if they don't win a World Series in the next 2 years, there will be Yankees fans in high school that have never seen the Yankees win the World Series. That makes my heart smile.
Taking over on the mound for the Rangers, Brock Burke. Definitely a guy who pounds the strike.
Bite your tongue, Gabe. If they win a World Series this year, I might have to.
Santander now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
No.
Next pitch is outside, and that's ball 1.
Yeah.
And down the left.
And for your family or Yankees fans, Ep,
1-2.
I'm sorry. You have my condolences.
Next offering is fouled back. In the air, out towards right center. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. So next to him from Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson.
Mother Ocean.
And first offering is fouled off.
Who?
And a pitch.
When's the next time who was good? Or last time who was good?
And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Actually, 2 or 3 years ago, they had one of the best records in the American League. But then they traded Matt Olson. They traded Sean Murphy.
0-2 now.
Oh, if you're a Mets and Red Sox fan, Ep, you ought to go back and watch the '86 World Series. You'd be in heaven. You'd be guaranteed a champ. You'd be.
On the inside part of the plate, couldn't get around on it. It pitched out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And I know a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they don't want to hit that batter. And when they've got it against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put them away. Did a nice job.
Are you still mad at Billy Buckner?
Left-hand batter waits.
I think it's funny that the Cardinals sign a catcher to a 5-year, $80 million deal, and they're going to take him out of the catcher position and put him in the outfield because they think he's the problem with their pitching staff.
And he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
No, it might actually help you in a way.
Comes up empty with a swing now.
Because, well, as long as he doesn't get hurt, after he plays so many games in the outfield, you could theoretically sign another catcher and move Contreras to the outfield.
Straight 2-out hits. So 2 on with 2 away.
But they also said they're going to play him a lot of DH.
And first offering is foul.
I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the
They think part of the problem is he's not calling a good game.
0-1 now. And this is inside.
Gabe, you got to turn down that volume. I can't stand hearing myself talk.
They're going to make him work to get this save.
It's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the swing. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
2 outs. Couple of base runners in.
Yeah, but catchers don't like that. Okay, imagine if it... I'm right behind you, Frog. As soon as this game's over, I'm going to go make me something to eat. Good night, Frog.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a
So,
little bit of illusion at the end.
so here's... Really?
that's the ball game.
That's...
6-3 our final score.
But,
Entire crew here at MLB
think about it.
The Show.
If you had a job, part of your job was to call the game for the pitcher, and all the pitcher was doing was shaking you off, saying, I don't want that sign, wouldn't you get mad? Because you're essentially telling somebody that they don't know how to do their job. If you're constantly doing it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here tonight, guys. Thanks both of you for being here. Good talk. See ya.